This is our limited series, Ask an RD, inside the Dr. Shannon Show, where we ask registered dietitians some of your most pressing nutritional questions. I'm Dr. Shannon. Welcome to the show. Welcome back, everyone. I've got Hope Brandt. She is a registered dietitian. We're back for another Ask an RD. Today, we are talking about reverse dieting, which I admittedly know nothing about. So tell us what this is.
Okay. Well, and it is a little bit more niche. And a lot of these terms originally are coming from kind of like the bodybuilding community, like early kind of bro culture. And a lot of them are moving like a little bit more mainstream now and getting a little bit more nuanced and applicable to more individuals. But it makes sense to like have not really or not have a lot of experience with this. But reverse dieting is the concept of coming out of a period of being in a deficit very, very slowly. So you're reversing your intake up to your maintenance point. And the theory behind it is that it helps you maintain the physique progress or like the body composition progress that you've seen versus just jumping straight back to your maintenance point from being in a deficit. I think the times where this makes the most difference, and hence this coming from kind of like the bodybuilding community, is when you're in much more of a severe deficit. So like picturing the people who like compete in bikini competitions and things. A lot of times they have to enter a very severe deficit to get to that body fat percentage that is super, super low. So when they're looking at returning to a point of maintenance, reversing their diet more slowly makes more sense than, jumping from a low calorie diet back to a maintenance point. For most of the population, we should not be ever at a point where we're in a deficit that severe. So reverse dieting, I think, has a lot less of an impact when you're in less of a severe deficit. So it's not something that I recommend for a vast majority of my clients. Most of the time when we're ready to pull out of a deficit, we just kind of return to our maintenance point because it's really only maybe up to like a 500 calorie jump.
Right.
But I think a reverse diet can be really helpful if you don't know what your maintenance point is. So if you want to be meticulous about finding your newer maintenance point when you're coming out of a deficit, the process of a reverse diet is increasing your caloric consumption by like 100 to 200 calories per week until you reach that maintenance point. So if you're coming from a point where you're eating 1,600 calories in your deficit, that would be taking, 4 to 6, maybe to 8 weeks to increase your calories by 100 each week, returning then to a maintenance point where you are not continuing to see weight loss.
Okay, so that's how you know you're at maintenance. When you stop losing.
When you're coming out of a deficit to get to maintenance, right? When you stop seeing weight loss, that's when you know you're in that maintenance point.
Okay. This gets tricky if someone's also trying to build muscle at the same time, because they might not see the scale change if they're losing fat and gaining muscle.
Yes. And I would say that's more of a rare population. It's normally not like a 1-for-1 swap of like fat loss and muscle gain. That would be a specific population who was like pretty untrained, so they're able to gain muscle maybe more quickly. Or, I guess it could be in a sense where maybe they were trained and then went through a period of being untrained and then were coming
back.
Like me. Yeah.
Postpartum.
But most people, when we are seeing body recomposition, we are going to see weight loss most of the time because most people have more fat to lose than muscle to gain.
Got it. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That's really clarifying.
Awesome.
Great. Thank you, Hope. We'll see you in the next episode.